So later in that show, they're about to sit down for one of their many viewing parties this month. The Planet Jared viewing party is the most recurring segment in this month of March 2006.
And it's always good.
They are always good. They're always like super excited. They're hyped up. They're like, we're going to watch a tape.
Like Jeff Jarrett as someone viewing a pro wrestling show stinks, but it seems like a lot of fun to hang out with Jeff Jarrett and kayfabe. The man is always happy.
My boy is in his hype crews around him. They're all very excited. They're all just like high-fiving.
They've all seen it before too. They're like, yeah, let's put it on again.
So they're about to watch the Jackie tape, and Jackie says she'll leave if she gets the tape. And Jeff is like, leave? We don't want you to leave. You're going to become our slave.
He's like, you had your chance to go. Now you're going to stay.
Yeah, it's like this tape might end up on the internet if you leave, but now you're going to do whatever we want. You can't quit like Sting did. We're going to keep you here.
And then they, like, my favorite thing is before they settle down to, like, watch the tape, there's a great line from Alex Shelley where he goes, I went to art school for this, you know? And then he goes, yeah, and here's where I put in the star wipe.
Oh, there's many great lines from Alex Shelley.
Alex Shelley, like, Paparazzi Productions might be a top 3 gimmick of all time.
Yeah, because it's basically like take Alex Shelley's sarcastic sense of humor and just ramp it up as far as you possibly can.
It's like, take, like, the, like almost gamer culture nerd humor of the time and, like, translate it into a wrestling You know what it is? We always talk about how Red Letter Media is the father of internet humor. Like, it's like someone, like, took a Red Letter Media bit and put it on TV on a wrestling show.
When did Red Letter Media start?
Oh, after this for sure.
So, Alex Shelley is the father of internet humor.
Of internet humor. But it wasn't on the internet. No, Red Letter Media 2004.
Oh, goddammit. Well, technically, we can make the case that the genesis of this is truly the Goldilocks verse. So...
But you know what? It makes sense, right? Same era, too.
When Jared threw a shot at Sting quitting, he was like, Sting isn't gone, and Jared got mad. And Scott is like, please, Jeff, don't put your hands on a member of Team Canada. Have the respect to respect my students and not put your hands on them. And then he turns to Eric Young himself and slaps him and tells him to stop talking about Sting.
And then Jeff Jarrett grabs him by his collar.
So then Jeff turns to Alex Shelley and he's like, I would like you to get proof that Sting is a quitter. So go to him out in California and get me pure, raw evidence that he's gone and he's never coming back.
My favorite thing here is, like, the thing I find interesting, at least, about, like, the Jeff Jarrett character in Planet Jarrett is he doesn't get physical with any of them, even with someone like a Showtime. Like, he's almost like a disappointed father instead of, like, an abusive teammate.
Yeah, I thought it was more like he's this, like, annoying younger brother.
Yeah, because, like, remember at first when, like, Eric Young was first, like, doing the whole neurotic thing, like, Jarrett was like, calm down, Eric. He's gone. It's fine.
Because, like, the best part of all of it is that Jared takes Eric Young seriously. Like, the problem of this angle is that, like, he can't just ignore Eric Young. He can't just be like, that's just Eric being Eric. It's like, Eric's paranoia is getting into his own head, and he's like, I guess we do need proof that he's gone. Alex, go get proof.
Yeah, it's perfect. It treats it with, like, the slightest tinge of, like, seriousness that it works. And then Gail and Scott, like, do a supervillain laugh at Jackie Gator's face.
Yeah, they're like, you'll stuck here forever.
I honestly think that, like, everything about these segments is so good because, like, Shelley completely, like, kills it in this spot and, like, has an identity and it's great. But I also think that like, everyone, all the, like, the supplemental characters that don't get a lot normally have been great. Like, every time Gail and Jackie are together, they bounce off each other really well and are really funny. And, like, Eric and Scott obviously have great chemistry. And, like, when Jeff Jarrett is doing this kind of, like, goober heel mid-card stuff, he's legitimately funny and charming.
He's the best.
Yeah. Like, if he was doing this, like, all the time, he would be held in much higher regard, I feel.
He immediately moved out of the world title picture into a wacky, goofy mid-card program and suddenly became the best thing on the show. It's like, work it out, buddy.
Yeah, just let it get through your head.
Jared comes in with Shelley and he's like, we've got the footage of Sting. We're doing a viewing party tonight.
Viewing party. They say, Jackie Gator, get the room set up.
Yeah. And also they're like, Jackie, here's a weird outfit for you.
Yeah, pervert shit.
So there's then a show running angle where Gail and Jackie are backstage multiple times, where Gail gives her outfit to wear, and then she's getting dressed, and Jackie's like, I don't want to wear this, and Gail's like, you have to wear this.
Gail's like, well, you don't have to wear it, but I wouldn't want that video on the internet.
I do like how they immediately go back to, we are blackmailing you.
We have you doing sex things on video, and we will post it.
Oh, we had another Ron Killings video on this show where he talks about after his run-ins with the law, he decided to go straight and found wrestling as that place to channel all of his interests back into one. He talks about being the first black NWA World Champion, and now he's emerged from his cocoon and he's ready to go. So it's a weird thing to refer to 3LK as, but...
I like that there's like a little bit where he's like, yeah, when I first came to TNA, I was kind of a rude dude.
Yeah, it's like, I wasn't a very good guy at the start there, but also, Hermie Sadler did a racism to me, so I should have been the babyface.
But, like, they don't frame it that way at all. It's just, I was kind of mean. It's like, you were pretty justified, man.
I had a bad attitude, but I'm a nice guy. So, main event of the episode for the NWA World Tag Team titles, America's Most Wanted versus Rhino and Ron Killing.
I don't really have a lot to say about it. I mean, Rhino and Ron Killings is objectively a cool tag team. And it is... Like, I won't knock this match as a TV main event. Yeah,
they replay the gore from Against All Odds, so the gore out of the stands. Also, you'd note if you watch the opening titles, they've added the gore through the wall to the opening titles.
Of course they have. Come on now.
They're reinforcing all of their wacky gores. Mike Tenay is like, Spike TV officials fucking love this shit. They're so happy that we have this pay-per-view quality match as our TV main event.
I mean, yeah, that's a good way of selling it.
Ron puts on Storm's cowboy hat and does a missile dropkick, which I appreciate. I always like when people steal Storm's cowboy hat.
It is like, you have a hat, expect it to be stolen for a pop.
So Rhino brawls up the ramp with Chris Harris, and Rhino is standing at the top of the ramp looking down at Chris Harris ready to gore him. And suddenly, from the tunnel, Abyss emerges.
Like Jason.
There's a good, like, I think 11 seconds between when you first see Abyss and he first lays his hands on Rhino. So he does this, like, slow horror movie villain walk up the tunnel, slowly Abyss-like. And the tunnel is, like, there's fog in the tunnel and there's a light in the back of the tunnel. So it is, like, perfectly lit and presented as a horror movie moment as Abyss emerges very slowly doing his very slow walk before he grabs Rhino by the hair and pulls him down.
Abyss missed his calling for a cinematic match star.
Oh, he would have been so good if you just, like, put him as, like, Jason in a cinematic match.
You could have totally done, like some sort of, like, big tag match, right? Like, you know what would have been a really fun, combat, like, if the timelines had, like, worked up, doing, like, the Decay versus, like, the Rascals. Like, and you just have, like, the Rascals running around, like, a campsite and Abyss hunting them the whole time.
Because like, Abyss did do some cinematic stuff. Like the second Hardy cinematic match was against
Decay.
He did
like the end of the world one, right?
And they did the Apocalypto one, and even like the Great War one at Bound for Glory was like there was a cinematic portion of that as well as a regular match.
But like you could totally see him like hunting down the two like weed heads, just really like playing into the horror like 90s slasher tropes.
And they do like 7 false finishes where they think they killed him and he just keeps coming back.
Yeah, right. They keep hitting him with moves and he just completely no-sells it.
We've buried him alive and then he just emerges.
Yeah, this is what cinematic matches were meant to be.
Bits.
Which is, again, proof that TNA is the only company that has done good cinematic matches.
Yeah, because they were about bits.
Except for, like, you know, the Briscoe vs. Briscoe one, but that's just a match that was filmed in their backyard. That is not a cinematic match, I would argue. Yeah,
that's, like, closer in spirit to, like, the 2000s WWF hardcore stuff than, like, cinematic stuff.
100%.
Where Al Snow ends up in a river, those kind of matches.
Yeah.
So, Abyss pulls Rhino down, and then he just black hole slams him through the stage.
Awesome.
He picks him up and he spins him around this little column to the side of the stage, and they crashed through it. And I think Abyss got worried at first because he hit it first and it didn't really move.
He had to like push.
Yeah, you had to lean further in, and then it did collapse in. So Rhino and Abyss are still falling through things.
It was a very awkward little fall.
This left Killings isolated. Super Kick and Death Sentence gave AMW the win as they then replay the Black Hole Slam through the stage a couple times. They didn't replay the slow walk up the tunnel a couple of times, which disappointed me, but they did replay the Black Hole Slam through the stage. So we go backstage. Planet Jarrett, they're having the viewing party for Alex Shelley's Sting footage. Jackie comes out in a chimney sweep outfit.
I think it's meant to be like what do they call them? Like a maid?
But it's more like an 1800s maid.
Yeah, it's like a French maid, but like an old French maid.
Because she has one of like those old duster things.
Yeah, it's not a chimney sweep.
But my mind went to like if you had a maid in Oliver, it would look like this. So that's what she's wearing.
She's still inside the house.
Not as slutty as you would have expected for how they were building it up, so more restrained.
Yeah, it's very surprising, actually.
Jeff does a bit where he drops the tape, and it's like, Jackie, can you pick that tape up? And she does like the crouchiest crouch to pick it back up that she can, so as not to like lean into Jeff's creepiness.
Perversion. And I like his Selvit as being like, fuck, she got me. She got me on that one.
So we are presented with Alex Shelley's tape of evidence that Sting is retired, and it is tremendous.
Yeah, I remember this. This is like the thing I remember most about Sting's early run, is this video.
So Sting is picking up his kids, the little Stingers, little Steve and little Garrett, who recently appeared on AEW's Revolution in Sting's last match. This, their first television appearance.
You know, I was doing some like TNA watching the other day. And in the like big like Sting great AEW promo where he goes like, no one's ever touched my family before, I was watching some old stuff and I saw Kurt attacking fucking Garrett. And I was like, wait a minute. Yeah,
in the build up to Bound for Glory 2007, Kurt goes out to California and starts stalking Garrett. So not me, his Sting's son.
Yeah, he like beats him up and like then actually Garrett like beats him up and gets in a car.
Yeah, and tries to, and like they cut back to Sting and he's like, run, get away, get away.
Yeah, Sting's watching it on TV like, run, Garrett, run.
So this is the debut of the little Stingers. It is funny how often that happens, that just like, you know, they were a very big part of Evolution, and here we are talking about their debut on television on our literal next episode.
One of these kids would go up to be a streamer.
Well, yeah, one of them loves Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny. I wonder if he plays with Paul White.
Which I believe is Garrett is the Destiny streamer.
Makes sense.
So Shelley is watching Sting pick them up from school. Shelley is watching them play with their mom, playing basketball. Shelley is like, look, they suck. And then one of them makes a shot and he's like, well, you know.
Maybe it's like, he's like, yeah, well, you know, everyone gets a lucky shot.
Then watches Sting go to the gym, and then they cut back, and Jeff Jarrett is absolutely delighted. He's like, there it is. There is demonstrable.
He's living his life.
It's like, Alex, you have done such a good job. Well done. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. We have proven beyond all doubt that Sting is gone and he's never coming back.
Bravo.
And then they pan to Eric Young, who's like, did you see that? He's going to the gym. Guys, why is he going to the gym?
He's getting ready for a return.
He wants to get in shape to come back and kill us. And Jeff Jarrett's mood immediately goes from, Alex, you are the best person I've ever seen, to, Alex, you fucking useless failure.
Yeah. He switches up on him on that one.
It goes back to my favorite part of this, in that, like, Jarrett is delighted until Eric Young has doubts, and Jarrett, he takes the Eric Young doubts seriously. He can't just dismiss them.
And he's like, God damn it, Alex, you failure.
So he's like, you have to go back out to California again. You need to go up to Sting. Never mind this clandestine stuff. Never mind filming him and his family from the bushes. Never mind all that. You have to go up to Sting and ask him. Ask him, is he done? I want it on tape. I want him saying it. So go out there, bring that back for next week.
Alex is not happy with this.
So we once again have the second viewing party. They have Shelley's tape. Jarrett is like bigging up Shelley as Shelley looks extremely anxious. So Shelley is once again stalking Sting. He's watching Sting coach his kids' football team and walks hand in hand with his daughter. And he's like, listen, I know you want me to go up and confront him, Jeff, but we can build up to that. We don't need to do that immediately, okay?
And he's like, I'm not scared.
We could ease ourselves into it.
He's like, I'm not scared.
There's a great moment where Sting is bringing his kids into the car after the football practice, and Sting's daughter is just looking right at Alex Shelley the whole time. And I'm not sure, is that meant to be like the angle that his daughter has like spotted Shelley?
I think it is. The idea is like that Sting knows about this. He saw the show last week, and it's like, even if he didn't know about this, he does know about it now.
But it is very funny that she's just glaring at Shelley. The Sting family crosses a road, and Shelley makes a Beatles reference and calls them John, Paul, George, and Stingo.
And then he goes, Beatles reference.
Sting kisses his daughter, and instead Shelley quips that Jarrett should give him a kiss with his guitar.
Doesn't he say that about the daughter?
Oh, but did he say about the daughter instead of Jarrett?
I thought he said the daughter with the guitar? Jarrett should give her a kiss with his guitar.
I thought he said him, but he might have said her. Sting's playing golf, continues to watch.
Wait, see, I think I like Mandela affected this. I have a memory of Sting like hitting the golf ball at Shelley in the bushes.
No.
But I think I must have just invented that.
Yeah.
Wild. Maybe it's because like right after the confrontation happens and I've just like put them together in my head.
So Shelley is like, I think Sting spotted me, Jeff. I think he's seen me. And then Sting emerges from his car, confronts Shelley.
Wait, do you want to be Sting and I'll be Shelley?
Oh, sure. So Sting emerges from the car, very angry, confronts Shelley, is like, you think this is funny?
No.
Why would you do this?
I was told to.
The defeat in Alex's voice and the no and I was told to is
and then Sting just goes, you're an idiot. Get a life.
Yeah, he's mad. He's like, you crossed the line. You confronted my family. This is unacceptable. So it won't be Sting coming to Destination X. It'll be Steve Borden. And as you said, he just ends the segment just shouting, get a life, idiot, at Alex Shelley.
But like, Shelley's probably like paid for this, you know? Like, he's probably, this is his job. I was told to.
He's just an auteur. He is just a filmmaker.
Yeah.
They then cut back to the viewing room.
Everyone despondent.
For an amazing reaction shot as they pan across the entirety of Planet Jarrett, starting from like AMW, going across the Team Canada, going across the Gale, to Jackie, who is smiling like a Cheshire cat in all of this, which is fantastic. And then back across the EY, who does like the giant bomb guy blinking meme.
Yeah.
He does like a version of that before a big gulp, and like Bobby Roode is like biting his towel, and James Storm's drink is like dropping out of his mouth.
Yeah, he's drinking, like, yeah, but it's just like free falling out of his agape mouth.
So like the whole time they're doing that reaction shot, you just hear the sound of James Storm's drink dripping onto the floor.
I need this gif as a reaction gif.
It's perfect. It is like the world's best reaction. Like in a world where like wrestling is produced for TikTok, basically, like this is it.
TNA was just around at the wrong time.
Yeah. I do love Jackie just being like,
yeah, she got some fucking she didn't get comeuppance, but you know what I mean? Like, she got some revenge.
She has some schadenfreude here.
You can present, like, bad people in storytelling, especially in pro wrestling. They just have to be proved to be bumbling idiots the whole time.
Jarrett then starts shouting at Alex Shelley. It's like, this seems like a thing you should have told me. And he's like, well, I tried to. It's like, shut up, Alex. And then EY does a great big gulp as Planet Jarrett are shocked that it's not Sting coming to the pay-per-view. It's Steve Borden.
That's more dangerous. A man called Steve.
So the big hook for the pay-per-view is a legend retires, but a man returns.
I hope AEW uses that.
Yeah, Sting retired. Steve Borden is still around.
Steve Borden never retired. He's got one more match left in him.
End of this show, they go back to Planet Jarrett, where Jarrett's just like lying on a bench. Gail and Scott are there, very worried. Scott is like, we're screwed. And then Jarrett sits up, and he's like, I have an idea. And I have his number on speed dial.
And he will, I could try to make a holler if you hear me joke. There isn't.
He's gonna holler if you hear me.